What's up, everybody? It's Alfred. I'm back with another video. We're currently down to buy-in. So we're playing the midday Wednesday pools around 1 p.m. on a Wednesday. So let's just see how the pool is. Not doing so well, but yeah, let's just hop back into it. Lost a couple of big pots. I'm mainly just trying to complete this leaderboard. Pocket nines could be a call or a 3-bet here, but mostly playing the 3-bet or fold strategy. I think I'm going to peel one with the 8-10 suited limp pot, and we have an overcard backdoor flush, backdoor straight. I'm going to get two callers here, so pretty much just a standard check here. That's one of the back doors, so we're just going to continue. He snap checks. I think we're just going to try and bluff him off this if he's auto checking back like that. And against a half pot bet into two people, we're pretty much just folding. On this board is kind of like weird dynamic. It is a limp pot, but with my zero equity hand, I think I'm just going to be checking. He does limp call like a decent amount of ace X here. Ace king, we're definitely 4-betting. This spot I'm probably going to be jamming though. Easy fold with a 7-8 suited. And just because, just to simplify the play, I'm just going to jam. Pick up this dead money here. A6 suited is kind of a min raise, so I'm kind of tempted to peel here. We have a shorter stack on the big blind, so I don't mind peeling. We do have an edge against the big blind. He's gonna lead on this board, and into two people, we can just fold our bottom pair pretty comfortably. No point in continuing on the super wet board. We don't have really good turns, and we're just gonna have to fold to further aggression. Pocket sixes. I think we can peel a small bet like that. Very reasonable. We have the backdoor straight to compensate. But against further aggression, we're pretty much just folding. Same thing with the king sevens. I got on a big bet on this board. It's an easy fold. Gonna be opening some trash hands here, but we're on the button, so. Gonna be getting called by the weaker player. I think we're just gonna simplify my hand and just bet quarter pot here, but getting let into, it's kind of alarming. So we have an easy fold there. No point in like trying to continue and bluff him off here, especially since our hand is so weak. We'll still have like a lot of 10x, like some flush draws that are beating us, so I'll never fold anyways, considering his player type. We're calling a min raise here. With the ace rag, I think we can float sometimes. That turn makes it a bit complicated. He does have we both have a lot of pocket pairs, so. I guess a half pot bet. And I think we just block bet on this river. And I think I'm going to be peeling one here with a force. Now the bet's kind of big, so I don't think our gut shot's enough. Maybe with a backdoor flush draw we'd call. But this time I'm just going to fold. Nice, got our first premium of the day. And we get a caller from the small blind. Gonna be calling a 3-bet here with the queen unsuited. Blind versus blind. And flop top pair and a backdoor flush draw. Also a gut shot, but it's important to note that we're reversed to ace king here. If the jack does come, we're getting stacked by ace king, so. That's not the best dynamic on this board. Still has some king jack that we're beating, still has some ace king. Of course, we're losing to kings, aces, pocket queens, pocket tens, and maybe occasionally pocket eights, but there's only one more combo of that. It's a big bet. He might have something like ace queen. Just don't think we can fold just yet. We actually can fold considering the sizing, but I'm just going to be peeling one more. And on the river, we're going to check the side. Most likely check fold. But he still does have a decent amount of bluffs betting that size. Once he barrels off on the river, he basically doesn't have any bluffs. That's what I think. But you can't just go nutty here because we have so many tens, like some 8-9, you know, that's never folding. Ace jack suited, I think it's going to make it into a 4-bet bluff here. 4-bet bluff with like an asterisk. We still have like lots of playability here. Ace jack suited is doing pretty well against his range too. You can even call ace jack suited there, it's no big deal, depending on how you want to construct your range. We do have a super weak flush draw here. Should have spectated that hand with the ace-9 off. I just didn't expect a cold call. Pretty much just checking. We have a flush now. Don't think we can value bet, to be honest, but we're just gonna try and check down, bluff catch a bet on the river. And now we're just gonna be betting once he checks twice. Another 3-bet spot here with the nines. And not going to be cold 4-betting the ace-10 suited. Though I'd like to see what happens. Another nice hand, pocket kings. Gonna be calling a 5-3 suited. Pretty standard against a button open. Surprised he's gonna bet the king high board. Gonna see a 3-bet jam here, and we're just gonna fold. Ace-7 suited is kind of on the cusp, you know? I think it's very dependent on who's in the blinds. And it looks like we just win with a 3. I think this makes a pretty decent like barrel. I understand why you don't want to be barreling a hand like this. Just no backdoor flush draw. So you kind of just want to check and try to like peel a 10 or something. We have an open ender. We're gonna get called on board 1. I think our hand just likes to play checks. I think we can bet for a value very small here. Gonna go somewhere around the realm of half pot. Gonna be calling this turn. And I think on the river, I think I'm gonna be bluffing, I guess. Not really. The king's pretty good for me. We're blocking hands like queen 10. It's gonna be hard if we check here and he bets, right? Not sure how good this bet is on the river, thinking about it. He does have a decent amount of like queen jack suited. I don't think that's going to be folding the river. Just trying to see what we're trying to get to fold. It's not ideal that we're holding a 10 of hearts. Yeah, probably a bad bet, like GTO wise. Would love to see what this guy's limping with. We flop a set on a very wet board. Don't think there's much room to be slow playing. Very interesting hand here. And I think that we're just betting a lot for protection. Gonna size up considering how short he is. On the river, I still think we can jam for value. Maybe he has some wonky two pair. But with a set, we're just not gonna check a set back. Yeah, this was a weird one. Bet call leads the turn. Not really that weird. Like, you're gonna be doing a decent amount of leading on a 6 anyways. Huge 3-bet, we can fold. Seven, eight suited, this range is going to be awfully tight. He is a short stack. We won't have much playability here. Think we're going to be folding against the short stack. Maybe against the deeper stack we'll call. If you get snap called on board 1, pretty much just betting range on this kind of board. Now we're just going to check, try to get to showdown. And he has 4-7 suited. Interesting. Gonna 3-bet with the ace queen suited, and he's gonna call. Gonna roll low, but I think that our hand mostly wants to be betting here, somewhere like a third. Not much interaction for our hand on board 2, but still a pretty decent board for our range. But gonna check it. Gonna see a limp from another short stack. Of course, we have to go for the ISO with the ace queen suited. Ace jack, we're most likely going to go 4 ways. We see a limp jam. I'm just folding here. Seen it way too many times with like aces and queens, so I can like comfortably fold there. They're repping like aces and kings at that point. I think on the queen we can do a decent amount of betting considering we block a lot of the queen X. But I just don't think we're going to get enough folds from hands like 9s, 10s or something. I'm not sure if those would check the flop, but any pair is just most likely going to peel at least once. I don't think we can just follow through under river. Let's see what happens here. We see a pot size bet from the cutoff and button calls. Then we see another pot size bet on the river. And that's just pretty much how it is. We get snap called by the ace 2 suited. I'm surprised that sizing worked, to be honest. Pot size bound a turn, then overbet on the river. Just insanely strong betting pattern. I think I like fold anything that isn't 2 pair plus. Just because that betting style was betting pattern was just way too strong. Gonna get called by the middle position, 3-bet pot, monotone board. I think we're gonna be doing a lot of checking. You're gonna see a pretty large bet here. Guess he can have tens, jacks with a heart maybe. It's gonna be folding here. I guess we do have some decent backdoors, so I guess we can peel for the one big blind. Gonna be calling the nines. That's a pretty interesting card. It makes it less likely he has tens. I'm just surprised if he has jacks here. Like, I think it's just this is mostly going check check. I'm just trying to decide, does he ever bet a 10 like that on the turn? He does have some like queen jack. He does have a lot of like one heart hands. Not really, actually. It's a 3-bet pot. Oh, sorry. Let me just think about this for a bit. I think we're just gonna be forced to call here. It's just unlikely that he's gonna have any like 10x here. Once the 10 comes off, it's just unlikely he has pocket tens. Might be betting like jacks with a heart, and that's pretty much it. Can have something like ace jack suited that he might be turning into a bluff. I think we're just gonna have to peel here. Good luck. And he does have king jack suited. I think the 10 on that river is just insanely bad. Now we have a hand here. I think I'm just calling, especially since he's a wreck. Does have the nuts or a straight. I think he has a decent amount of hands like this, like king queen suited, king jack suited. I think flushes would be slowing down on this river as well. That's the main thing. Or at least taking like a block bet sizing. Gonna peel the ace-5 suited. We'll have a lot of playability post-flop. And that's not a flop. That's gonna do us any good. So we'll fold. Can do a decent amount of checking here actually to protect our range. Oops. We can even 4-bet here with ace-5 suited. I rolled very high this time, so gonna be calling this pot size bet. Unfortunately, we just have way too much equity with the backdoor flush and the gut shot. There's a backdoor flush. I think I'm just check jamming this turn for protection against a flush draw, some 6-7. No, I don't even know. I don't even know. I think we're just going to have to call here with the equity. We like, I guess you could have pocket fives, pocket fours, 4-5, but I think we're just doing pretty well against that. And he has the nuts. It's unfortunate. Don't think we're gonna really fold anyways. Gonna be 3-betting the 5-6 suited. One of our bluffs against the early position. I guess a huge 3-bet where I'm pretty much just gonna be folding here. And on this river, I'm gonna go for some thin value. Maybe he'll level himself with ace high. Main reason why is you shouldn't be 3-betting that much early position. We'll get 4-bet a lot. And with the sevens, we can pretty much fold, call, 3-bet. All options are on the table. Gonna check. Gonna go for a big squeeze here with the jacks. And just trying to show the sevens down. Gonna get a call from early position. The other two fold. Gonna be starting off with a half pot bet here. Gonna see a call. The king is insanely bad. He does have some ace king that floats, but I think those will be most likely for betting pre. But seeing how the pool plays, I've seen a lot of calls like that. I think on this turn, I'm just gonna be betting a bit smaller. Hopefully he folds. Got that one through. But we most likely had the best hand anyways. No point in bluffing, we have showdown value here. And just the way that we played, we can't really have much. That sucks. Looks like we'll be up in EV this session, if that means anything. So the leaderboard's ending, we're just gonna start sitting out. It has auto check fold on. Shit. I hate this spot so much. He calls a 3-bet and pot bets the turn. I mean, pot bets the flop. I just need to see a queen on the turn. We're just never folding now. That sucks. But we'll get stacked by kings here if he's just playing weird. Turns out he's just a whale. Like a god tier whale. I mean, that's mean to say, but yeah. Damn. People ask me, how do I always have winning sessions? It's just like a hand like this just comes every single session. It's so weird. Normally like this would be a 4-bet, but he's doing a 4x 3-bet in position. Yeah, that's it. And here's the graph. It's just too funny. You know, just losing the entire session, then a hand like this just comes. Like, it's amazing. We can see how we've been doing for August. I haven't been playing much, only 1,000 hands. And this year, so since I've started making videos, same thing. Okay, have a good one, guys. See you later.